Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Gino Forte. I'm a senior associate at Strata, the #1 real estate agency in Dubai, and I'm an off-plan specialist. This video is going to be a little bit different to what the channel is usually about, and we're going to break down every deal I've done, why I've done it, and how much each unit was throughout every month of the year so far. We're now in October, so I'm going to do from January to September. In total, I've sold 33 units. I have done nearly almost triple my target. So January was my first month in off plan, and I still had some deals going on from the previous year. So the first unit I sold was a 2-bedroom apartment in Ellington House 2 in Dubai Hills Estate. So Ellington House 2 hasn't handed over yet. Ellington House 1 is starting to hand over. So this was an off plan resale I done with one of my colleagues. I represented the buyer side. We bought in at this for 2.9 million dirhams, and these transact today roughly at around 3.1, 3.2. 9 months later. Boutique luxury developer in Ellington, ex-CEO of Emirates, now built a developer. So really good quality, and I think these are going to make quite a lot of money out of that unit. The second unit then I sold was actually to an end user, a Russian client of mine, and they bought in Creek Residences North Tower 2, and they bought that unit for 3.15 million dirhams. And this particular 05 layout has a side view of the water, and these transact at about 3.5 million today. So they are up around 450,000 dirhams as well. So that was January, ending on 2 deals, both done on the same day, on the 17th of January. Then I went into February and I closed my first off-plan deal on the 3rd of February. This was a Karl Lagerfeld villa. It was a 5+, which means there's room for a 6-bed in it. It is my highest transaction to date for 21.8 million dirhams in District 11 in Nad Al Sheba. Off-plan villa on a 40/60 payment plan. The buyers bought this with the thought of end use, but also with the option to sell it as an investment in the future. This will hand over in 2027, so we're a little bit away from handover, but a really good purchase. And these have transacted, we bought at 21.8, they've transacted just under 25 million recently. So again, you're seeing quite a nice appreciation there. The next unit then I sold was Floria Grande in Arjan, which is a 1.5 bedroom, and it was to a friend/client. They bought it for just over 1 million dirhams. This is quite a large layout, to be honest, for a 1+ study, and I think it is quite undervalued at 1.07. If you consider my unit that I bought in JVT, which is 10 minutes away, I paid 1.35 for. So we don't know what these are transacting at yet. These will hand over next year, but I think it's a really good purchase. They are thinking about keeping it for end use, but I have a feeling they'll be tempted by the rental returns. I'm expecting rental returns close to 10% on handover for this unit. It was by a developer called Mashrik Elite, which are quite a new developer, but are making a huge stamp in Dubai, and you will see their name come up again as the list goes down. So then we're heading into March. March, I've done 3 deals. First deal was on the 4th of March. I sold a 5-bed villa in Meadows 9. These are older villas built by Emirates in one of the most sought after Emirates communities in the whole of Dubai. And I sold this 5-bed lake backing for 11.45 million dirhams. This was bought for end use. We've seen transactions in the area for much more since, and actually the 4-bed right next door is listed for more than we've paid for that 5-bed back in March. Then I sold 2 studios during Ramadan in Cello Residences in JVC, both around 700,000 dirhams each. These were really attractive for 2 reasons. Firstly, the layouts were quite large. They were over 440 square foot studios, and obviously the payment plan, only 30% needed during construction, made this a really attractive payment plan for entry-level investors. So Q1 we totaled on 9 deals done, a record quarter for me in my whole real estate career. So then we move into April. We started off kind of quiet in April. It was in a bit of panic mode, ended on 2 deals, both done in the same project in District 11, project called High Best Tower. I sold 2 2-beds. One was at like 1.4, one was at 1.7. The reason for it was actually the size of the units. Again, on a 30/70 payment plan and due to hand over in February next year. So these investors, who are both repeat buyers, are going to see really quick returns from this. My cat is spying on us. Let me let him out. Anyway, that was the end of April. May, we started off again on the 4th of May. I sold a 5-bedroom villa in Arabian Ranches 1 in Almara, a Type 17, which if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you'll have seen multiple videos about, because we're in the middle of turning that villa into the best villa in Arabian Ranches. It is under construction at the moment to be a renovation project, and I done this as a split deal with my colleague Sean, who specializes in the area. Less than 5 days later, I sold a 1-bedroom with a pool on the balcony in Dubai Land Residential Complex by Imtiaz, a fully furnished 1-bed corner unit with a pool on the balcony, and we sold this for 998,000 dirhams. This was a really good deal. He got a bit of a discount because he paid for it up front. They are transacting at over 1.3 today in the same area. Starting off then June was a quieter month. We still done 2 deals, but they were 2 split deals. One was in Gaff Woods by Majid Al Fatame, who built Talal Al Gaff, and it was a 1-bedroom apartment for 1.63 million dirhams. This is a master community that Majid Al Fatame are building, which is going to be based around greenery and no cars, all apartments, and they've just announced a new luxury mall. I suspect this will transact at over 2 million eventually. And then we sold a 1-bedroom in Alteria Heights in Jumeirah Islands, which was one of Ellington's most impressive launches to date this year. This was a beautiful tower looking over Jumeirah Islands with a JLT skyline view from the other side. We sold a 1-bed there for 2.24 million dirhams. This location is heavily backed by crypto money and commodity trading within the JLT DMCC free zone. So that was the end of Q2, and in Q2 we sold 2, 4, 6 properties. My quietest quarter of the year so far. Then we started into July. So July, I sold 2 properties. I did take a holiday, and you're going to see a bit of a trend starting here. I sold 2 properties, both studios, both in Sol Levante. I'm not going to give every Sol Levante price, roughly around 730 to 750,000 dirhams each. Sold one on the 14th of July, one on the 27th of July. I also went back to Ireland with my colleague Dara in July, and we done a road show. So we had a really busy July, which transacted into more deals in the future. Sol Levante, I'm not going to give you a full breakdown of why I sold it, but you guys will see as the video goes on why that keeps coming back up. Then we started August. August was a record month for me, not for actual my billings, but for the amount of units I sold. The first transaction we done was a duplex in Expo City, Al Waha. We sold this for 4.05 million dirhams. Try pop up a little something here just to show you how sick that is. Then we sold a 1-bedroom duplex in JVC in the Autograph. This was for 1.48 million. And then the same client bought a 2-bed in Floria Oasis. Now, if you go back to February, I said that I sold by Mashrik Elite in Arjan. This is Mashrik Elite's newer project in Dubai Land Residential Complex. This was a 2-bed plus study that they bought for 1.46 million. Study also had a window and was quite large, so I was arguing it's basically a 3-bed for 1.46 million. I thought this was a steal, and the payment plan was something silly like 40/60 with a post handover. I can't remember exactly, to be honest, but it was a really good deal. Then we sold in Belgravia Gardens, another Ellington project, where we sold a 2-bedroom apartment in Falcon City. This was for 2.33 million. Then I sold a Bugatti Flare 1-bed for 1.37 million in JVT. All 5 of those deals were within 3 days. So that was a busy week. Then I sold a studio in Sol Levante and a 1+ study in Sol Levante with a marina view. Studio around 750, 1+ study around 1.5 million. Then I sold another studio in Sol Levante. This is all within the 1 month, keep in mind. Then I sold a villa in the Acres Estates by Maras, a 4-bedroom for 7.28 million dirhams, which I done with a colleague of mine. And then to end the month, right before I went on my holidays, on the 28th, I sold 2 more units in Sol Levante, a 1+ study for 1.4 million and a 2+ study for 2.1 million. And I also bought my own 1+ study, which isn't included in them transactions, in Sol Levante that same week for 1.34 million, something like that. So that was a transaction of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus my own in the 1 month. And there was one more deal that unfortunately fell out of bed at the SBA stage, which isn't included in that, which was a 2-bed for 1.8 million in Emirates South. And then finally we go into September, which was last month, where I was on holidays for all the month. I spent some time in America, spent some time in Italy, and we sold 4 units in Sol Levante, 2 studios and 2 1+ studies. in around $750 for a studio, 1.5 for the ONE+ studies, and that made me the top transacting Sol Levante broker in the whole city. And it also left me off for a very, very good month in September, totaling at 32 sales. I've done 1 sale so far this month, but we're not going to get into it. If you like this video, leave a comment, leave a like, make sure you subscribe, and at the end of the year I'll tell you how I done in Q4. I'm open to transparency. I'm open to explain to you what I sell, where I sell, and what developers I work with, and I'm going to make sure this YouTube channel is the most transparent, most interesting, and most fun YouTube channel in Dubai real estate. I am sweating my tits off, my cat is sweating, my cameraman is sweating. We're going to go back inside, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you next week.